That was exciting, eh?
It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay, this is Under Defeat on the Sega Dreamcast. Alright, the D-pad to control it. So it's a shoot 'em up. Oh, yep. Okay, that's weird. You can control the screen size and layout and stuff with the trigger button, which is very unusual. That is a thing, and I was saying it in that South Park video. Dreamcast controls on the PlayStation and probably other consoles, there are like well-defined and recognized conventions for like controls and what each button will do in a given kind of genre. They don't seem to have that on the Dreamcast. Controls are all over the place. You just don't know what a button's going to do until you press it, and it's frequently not at all what you expect it to be. And I just blew up. This is kind of... what does that button do? Okay. I'm not going to survive long enough to find out what a button does. Well, oh, okay, that does that. That was nice. I imagine I don't have many of those. And I flew into that. That's not a good thing. Don't fly your helicopter into another helicopter. You will die. Wow. That's... the sense of the altitude of other vehicles is cool. There is something visually really, really odd about this. I can't explain what it is. It's kind of odd in that everything is greenish and indistinct, but there's something about the way the 3D is working that's fascinating. What does that button do? Nothing. What does that button do? Oh, I don't know. Go away. They're fancy looking, well, helicopter plane things. Whoops. That wasn't so nice. Give me that. I want that. I don't know why, but I want it. I do struggle, whoops, when there's lots of stuff on the screen. I'm like, my eyes can't keep up. Oh, my visual processing, I just can't. Yeah, let's do that. I can't take it all in and respond to it quickly enough. But what is... yeah. It's doing fascinating things. Give me them. Lost the power of speech. I don't like that pause. When you're about to blow up, it pauses. That is not great. I want that green... oh god. Give me them. Oh, seem to have a little helper. Definitely need one. Is he not dead yet? Ah, I am. Okay, I'm going to stop because that's embarrassing. I am sucking so badly at that. Under defeat. In my case, that's pretty much constant defeat or over defeat or, yeah, just defeat. Hard as nails, harder than I can cope with. Visually fascinating, if odd. and indistinct. Don't know if I like it, but it's definitely interesting. Okay, thank you for watching.
Hello. I'm sitting in my car, you can see that. I'm sitting in a hospital car park. Joe's got to go and have her eyes looked at by the ophthalmologist. So I'm sitting here and going to do the Q&A question now because free time and it's quiet relatively. Now I've shut the windows. So today's question for Q&A... Excuse me, I'm covering the microphone. Yeah, today's question for Q&A is from Down the Rabbit Hole. Link to his channel down there. He asks, for Q&A, and now my phone's being an arse. Okay, for Q&A, don't do that. What is, it's running out of memory, so it's blanking out the, we'll try again. For Q&A, I know you're not a big fan. I know you're not a big Mario fan, Steve. Neither am I. I was wondering if you could articulate why the big Nintendo mascots don't seem to have phased our generation, yet younger gamers adore them. Plus, do other gaming mascots such as Sonic the Hedgehog or Crash Bandicoot have any greater or lesser enthusiasm from you? Interesting question. Regarding Mario, I think there are a couple of things with that. Part of it is the age, the systems we grew up with that were our first system and our first, like the big mascots for those systems. So for me, my first gaming console was an Atari 2600, or at least the first one with interchangeable cartridges and games and whatever. So, you know, Pitfall Harry and Pac-Man and Space Invaders, yet they're not really mascots, but they were the gaming characters and whatnot that really struck home with me. They were my gaming heroes or baddies or whatever. They were where gaming was at. And I didn't even have a NES. I never had a NES. It wasn't until much later when I got a SNES. And by then I'd had like multiple computers and other consoles and whatever. So Mario was just like, eh. Where millennials or whatever, a younger generation, for them the NES was their first console, and no doubt Mario was probably one of the first games that they had on it. And so will have had the same wow factor for them that Pitfall will have had for me. It's that first impression, that first experience, the first game that makes you go wow, and the character in it is the one that sticks with you. And so for younger people who their first gaming experience was the NES, it's Mario. Another aspect of it I think might be cultural. Now, I'm English, British if you like, and over here a fat Italian plumber with frankly a really bloody annoying accent and voice. Apologies to Italians if that's the accent you actually have. I probably just alienated my entire Italian audience if I have one. His voice and way of speaking is extremely bloody annoying. I think the thing is, it's not it's a stereotype, it's a character stereotype that in the UK does not resonate. Where if you're in New York, maybe a fat Italian plumber with that voice, does that mean something? Does it resonate? Is it something that in America means something that in the UK it really doesn't? Though I mean, certainly on the NES he didn't have the voice anyway. He didn't have the accent, but it's Japanese, so is he presented as Italian in Japan? I don't know. So yeah, I'm starting to wonder if my explanation on that is valid at all, it being Japanese and not American, but was it aimed at the American market? I don't know. But I find it incredibly annoying. And I know other people who do too, but I can't speak for them. Are there other characters, mascots that really work for me? Yes, absolutely. Sonic the Hedgehog, totally. I fell in love with Sonic the first time I ever played Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one. I'd read all the reviews and they all said it's great, and I bought the cartridge like the day it came out and it was great. It was the first game on the Mega Drive that made me really go, wow. And partly it was the character, his attitude and the way he tapped his foot if you let him idle, which I just thought was great. Being admonished, there's a word, by a game character for not playing, I thought was incredible. But the speed as well, I mean, it just blew my mind. I'd never seen a video game go that fast before. But it was the character that did it, I think. Crash Bandicoot. I am not really a fan of Crash Bandicoot. I like the games on a technical level, but the character does nothing for me at all. I don't dislike him in the way that I dislike Mario. He doesn't annoy me. He just doesn't make me want to play the games. But I like watching the games. Joe and Tasha both played Crash Bandicoot. I mean, I've played Crash Team Racing and find it, I guess it's fairly competent, but then I'm like, why would I play this when I can play Mario Kart? Because there's the thing, while I hate Mario, I love Mario Kart. Go figure. But I love Spyro the Dragon, though, to be fair, I've only played one Spyro game, and that's Enter the Dragonfly on the PS2, which I was playing again recently. I emulated it on my laptop just to see if I could, and found the loading times excruciating, and I think it was actually faster on the emulator, so God knows how I put up with it on the PS2. But I love the character. And I was watching Joe play, there's like remakes of the first 3 Spyro games on the PS4, and I was watching her play them and thinking, wow, this is gorgeous. And that's what actually prompted me to go back and play Enter the Dragonfly for the PS2, and it was like, the remakes I remembered as, I was looking at them and thinking, yeah, the PS2 game looks a lot like this. And then I loaded it up for the PS2 and it's like, wow, okay, that's not nearly as pretty. It's still incredibly pretty, but the level of detail, obviously not the same. Rose-tinted spectacles and all that, you remember things as being prettier than actually they are. Yeah, other characters, I can't think of any others that really... It is for me, it's Sonic and Spyro. Pitfall Harry, I love the game, the character himself, but you know, I don't think there are any other game characters that really, I don't worship any of them, but you know, that resonate with me in that way. But yeah, I think largely with Mario, it is an age thing. It is, did you grow up with him as your gaming character? Were you a Nintendo player? Were you playing, was your first system a NES or was it a SNES? I would speculate that Mario is more popular in the US than the UK, but I might be wrong about that. I am prone to making assumptions and bold statements that are completely wrong, but that's my feeling. There will certainly be plenty of UK players who will say, you don't know what you're talking about, I love Mario. Obviously there will be, but in terms of actual numbers or proportion of the population, I don't think Mario's as big here. Gut feeling, based on nothing. Nothing, I don't have the statistics, sorry. Yeah, my gut feeling. Think that covers that. Okay, I could just go into complete waffle mode and I don't really have anything to add. I'm just looking around now and thinking, is there anything here I can show you that's interesting? It's a car park with, yeah, it's full of cars. So, that was exciting, eh? Okay, anyone else who's got any questions they would like answering in a video like this, leave your question in the comments below and begin your question with "for Q&A," so I know not to just answer it in the comments. And now I'm going to open my windows because it's getting very warm in here. I closed them because there were cars moving around and stuff, and I didn't want people to think I'm talking to myself as they walk by while I talk to myself. Thank you for watching.
Ah, there you are. Have you finished polishing the silverware like I asked you? Yes? Splendid. Here's 50 pence. Now, go and click the subscribe button like a good peasant.